The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
60 boxes, 60 boxes.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Falcons at 2-7 now on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Off play action, Richardson. That one deep for London. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. You look at this Niner defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
Here's Richardson to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Yellow, 43. Check white. Set.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a give, right side. Stokes. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Back Back to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
45, White.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. You talk about this Falcon defense. Well, they've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
Now they'll audible to something else. Off the play fake. Langford. That's complete over the middle to Stewart. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter.
Set, ready. Block 40.
On 1st down, here's Judkins. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Hey, green.
They'll stay on the ground with Judkins. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Yellow, 22. Ready?
A quick throw complete into the flat out left. And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. 1st and goal from the 6.
Come on, set. 33, yellow. Ready.
Back to throw. Langford. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Roman. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Here we go, set. Red, 38. Blaster.
An inside run with Judkins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Operating from the gun, Langford. Now he's going to step up and run. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
A give to Robinson on the option. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Over the middle, he has Okonkwo. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. So 8 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 4th down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Drake London, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
A give up the middle, Judkins. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Ready?
Up the middle they go. It's Stokes. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
Now Richardson back to throw it. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. Oh, and now some space to operate. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Ready? Cougar 19.
Richardson looking to throw this. That's caught left side by Eilmanner. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here we go, set. Hiking 18.
Richardson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Now it's Richardson. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Ready. 33, yellow. Ready.
They'll give it to Jenkins. Able to break the tackle and get some breathing room before being brought down just outside the 5. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Looking to throw. Langford. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Hold on a second, was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
70, Timberwolves.
Now Richardson. Here's a screen for Robinson. Down the left sideline. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. An excellent gain, 35 yards. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. Richardson on the bootleg here. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Anthony Richardson with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
B.J. Ojolari able to make the stop. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. They'll run from the gun. It's Jumpkins. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident, because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Come on, set. Yellow, 22.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Simon. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Okay, ready? Ready. 33, yellow. Second.
Again, he'll drop to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here at their own 23. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees, because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Richardson looking to throw. Throw left side. There's London. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less, as they come up on 2nd and inches. Back to throw. Richardson. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Come on. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Richardson to throw off play action. Now he'll tuck this and run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go, and of course they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now a handoff up the middle. Stokes. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw. Langford out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Throw left side is taken in by Stewart. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 23 yards the pickup there. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
45, right.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw. Langford. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Looking to throw. Langford. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. And his kick is indeed good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
They go play action with Richardson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
From the shotgun, Richardson. He finds Douglas complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Richardson working from the gun. And that is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And on 4th down, honors the punt team, sending this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Yeah, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here we go. Here we go. 10 flat. Ready.
They'll try the left side. It's Stokes. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Back to throw. Langford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
45. Wide.
Up the middle they go. Stokes. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
He finds his man complete. That's Simon. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to throw. Langford. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Ready?
On first down, it's Stokes. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ballgame.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Here we go. 53.
Off play action. Langford. Touchdown! A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Here we go. Here we go.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On the set.
2nd and 9.
Pat the 60.
Here's Richardson to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Hodge. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw. Richardson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Falcons. Chigakakro, 56 yards. And the Falcons use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. A nice little juke. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They go play action here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. A give. Here's Jenkins. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
2nd and 11. And this one is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw. Langford. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
Ready?
They'll run on 1st down. Stokes. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
That's taken in by Stewart. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
2nd and 10. They run the counter. It's Stokes. Oh, what a juke into space. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Here we go, set. Sticky, green.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Niners have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
On the go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Looking like these.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And he rifles one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here we go. Start. Gravity line. Go.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Richardson, shotgun on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline. You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Nice move on the play, but he will be brought down shy of the 15. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run here with Judkins. Oh, good move. Running free at the 45. Moving inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Quinshon Judkins with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
He finds his man complete. It's Douglas. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Cowboy 80.
Richardson to throw it. He finds his man complete. That's Douglas.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready.
Here's Richardson. He's got his man London right side.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
Cougar 19. Go.
Now Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Richardson. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's 2nd down.
Get it. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Now Richardson. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Here's Richardson. He'll try and do this himself. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
60 Bison, Cowboy 80.
That's another Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
On the double. Come on, set. Black 40. Ready?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Simon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles. And that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So for the Falcons, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.